All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Travis Lee. It's been a long 2 months since we've been on the air, but we are returning. This is the Yuba Sutter Bar Show, Marysville's only local podcast spotlighting everything on the community calendar. We are locals helping locals, and we are looking forward to being back on a regular basis now. We had to make some adjustments to our scheduling due to personal matters, and now we are back. We're going to be live every Thursday at or around 5 p.m., so be sure to mark your calendars, set your watches, and bookmark us on your Blackberries because we are here and we don't plan on going anywhere. The best way to stay in touch with us and to be in the loop with everything that's going on with Spreaker and with our podcast and locally is to log on to Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com, and you can search for Travis Lee or you can search for the Yuba Sutter Bar Show. And we should come up. The live link posts all across social media as well, so there should be a lot more ways for you to be able to track us down. But you can subscribe. It's just like Instagram and Facebook and all those other things where you can follow people. So we encourage you to follow us. Spreaker does have this thing where after you have 100 followers on their podcasting software, they recommend you and they promote you to the iHeartRadio podcasting format. And that's a much larger audience, and we would love to spotlight our area because it encourages tourism, it promotes the bands, so even if people aren't going to be in the Yuba Sutter area, when our great talent like bands like On Off go on tour and these other towns, I know they have a show in Fairfield, they've played in Vacaville, it allows people who have heard of them to go out and actually hear them. So it really helps everybody. It's not just about us, it's about the whole community. So we're going to tackle right into it. It is a Thursday night. The NBA Finals are on. We're excited to go start checking that out ourselves. So we're going to make this episode a little quicker than usual, but that doesn't mean any less content. We're still going to spotlight all of the great local talent. And speaking of local talent, if you want your music to be played on our podcast, contact me on Facebook or go ahead and shoot over a link to indiehelpsindie@gmail.com. That's INDIEHELPSINDIE@gmail.com. So it is Thursday. Thursday has always been in this area the unofficial kickoff to the weekend. Everybody's right there. They're on the tail end. Friday's tomorrow. It's so close that we can smell it. And there's a lot of reoccurring events that happen on Thursdays that we want to spotlight. And the first one is the longest running open mic in the Yuba Sutter area. And that goes on tonight and every Thursday night at the Mountain Mics in Yuba City. You can find them on Butte House Road just past Target on the left-hand side. And they're starting at 7. They go until about 10. And they've got games for the kids, lots of local music to listen to, established artists, up and coming, and each week they do a theme. Tonight's theme is Americana Night, and it is hosted by Clark Bishman and Dan Lizardo. But they're going to have the pizza open. They got a beer. You can grab a Sierra Nevada and check everything out. So we encourage you guys to go and see what they're offering. They're always supporters of our show, so we want to keep pumping the support out to them. Another thing coming up, it's not quite tonight, but it is through the acting company. Their latest show is running through June the 21st, and it's a comedy. It's called Dearly Beloved. They refer to it as a Southern fried family comedy. Tells the story of some sisters, and it's them attempting to throw a lavish wedding for one of their daughters, one of the sisters' daughters. So everything that can go wrong does go wrong. And so it should be a really good show. It sounds funny. I've been meaning to go over to the acting company since it is about a block away from the Drifter Barcade where we do our podcasts at. And we need to get over there. And I encourage everybody. Theater, I feel like doesn't get as much encouragement as it should. You know, you can go see a band every week, but the theater is more unique. And, it's got all those elements. It's got the bands. It's got the music. It's got the locals that we know, and it allows you to get closer to the artist than you normally would be able to if you were to, say, go to Sacramento and see some live theater there. So go check that out. The tickets are always really affordable, and you can find them at theactingcompany.org. Another event coming up, this one's going to be tomorrow, TGIF. Deja Vu is going to be bringing their blend of music to Sopatai. I know that later on in the summer, Deja Vu is also playing at the Gaucher Aquatic Park for their Concert in the Park series that they do. So if you've never seen the guys, go check them out. They've taken a few weeks hiatus and they're back now. Check them out. If you enjoy it, make sure you get out and see them at Gap later this summer. It is a free show. The show starts at about 9 p.m. and it's going to run through the evening. It's a great place to go and just have some drinks, have a dinner, listen to great music, and relax. And if you're not into the jumping around thing, but they do have a dance floor, so if you get that itch in your butt later, you can definitely satisfy those needs. Also going on Friday, this one's starting a little bit sooner at 6:30, is live professional wrestling. Anybody who's a wrestling fan does know that earlier today the sad news came out that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, passed away. And as a wrestling fan myself, I want to, do myself a little tribute and honor him by giving him a shout out. But our local blend, the UCW, is going to be doing their event. It's going to be at the Calvary Christian Center here in Yuba City. It's located at 2620 Calusa Highway. Look up Ultimate Championship Wrestling on Facebook, contact us, or look through the church. Again, it's Calvary Christian Center, and you can find out more about what they've got going on. But that's going to be a good one. They've got a bunch of title matches on the line, and that should be a great, great show. Something that everybody can go to of all ages. Also, on Friday at 7 p.m., Music in the Park on the other side of the bridge is going to be doing their thing in Marysville on the corner of 3rd and D Street. And you're going to have music by the Two Rivers Band. They're going to be playing. You've got the Cigar Box and the Silver Dollar all within walking distance, so you can go from there on to the next thing. So, go out with the kids and then send them on back. And then if you and mom want to stay out, there's a lot more options. I do know that the boys in On and Off are going to be playing at the Silver Dollar as well. So we can kind of just blend this show in right with that one. That show is going to be starting at 9:30 at the Silver Dollar. And if you haven't seen On Off, you need to get out from under the rock you've been living in, because these guys have been slaying it for over a year now, if not longer, in our area. I just say a year because that's when I first arrived here, and that's when I learned of them. And they've been going strong and steady ever since I've been in the area. So we need to support them, because it is only a matter of time before they're snatched away from us, because they are immensely talented, and someone is going to discover these boys and bring them to bigger, better things. So let's enjoy them while we have them and support them and get out to that show. But also, don't forget, start your evening down at 3rd and D Street, Concert in the Park. Grab a quick drink at the Cigar Box, and then tucker yourself on down to the Silver Dollar and support On Off. If you're looking for something a little more big and bold, though, and you've got a designated driver and you can get down towards the Wheatland area, Brad Paisley is going to be playing at the newly renamed Toyota Amphitheater, formerly known as Sleep Train Amphitheater. That show's slated to kick off around 7, and even though it is late, it's going to be super hot. It's going to be about 106 degrees, so make sure, I know you're going to be enjoying a lot of beer, stay hydrated though, drink water, cover up with sunscreen, and find some shade if you can, because that parking lot theater place is brutal. But Brad Paisley, it should be a good time. I know Justin Moore and Mickey Guyton are also playing on that show. I don't know if tickets are still available, but you can get them on Ticketmaster.com. I would encourage you to check that out. I know that Lady Antebellum, Fall Out Boy, Wiz Khalifa, and a bunch of other artists are coming there over the summer. It's a nice, fun thing for us to spotlight, because even though those artists aren't local, the venue is, and we're really lucky that we have it so nearby. I mean, people from the Sacramento area have to jump up the road just to get to it, so we're lucky to have that in our backyard. And I, for one, am extremely grateful. And I love country music, and I think most people in this area do. So that should be a good time. Moving on into Saturday, if you're not too hungover or you just want to man up and get out, one of our Facebook friends is hosting a float. It's open to anybody who wants to come out and hang out. It's going to be on the river. They're going to meet up around 10:30 Saturday morning, and they're just going to be floating around the river. So if you've got some inner tubes, some life jackets, and you know how to have fun, a safe time on the water, it could be an event that'd be good for the kids with adult supervision. So that could be a good way to, get your summer tan started. Maybe meet some new people that you don't already know. So, coordinate your rides, get on out there. If you want, I don't really want to publicly put her name out there, but if you want information, I'm RSVP'd to the event. That's again Saturday morning, and I can get you guys some information. And even if you don't want to go and and do this event. Get yourself out there with your own personal friends and family and have a float time. So that should be a good time. Also going on Saturday, it's going to kick off a little bit afterwards at 11 a.m. and it's going to run pretty much all night. And it's the Relay for Life. It's the big event that they're doing. It's it's sponsoring a great charity. I really don't feel like I need to talk it up too much. It's going on at Gwinke Field off of Onstadt in Yuba City. It's through, I believe, the Ford dealership is putting it on, or at least they're one of the sponsors. So, get on out there and support that good cause. Back into the local music side of things, though. Saturday evening, the duo of String Theory is going to be playing at the brewery. If you haven't been to the brewery in a while, it's another spot just like Sopatai. That's a good spot to have drinks, eat dinner, and just relax. It could be a perfect date night spot. So make sure you get out there. It's 421 Center Street. Just take a right there, right off of Plymouth Street, and you're there if you're coming from Bridge. The music's going to go from about 6:30 to 9:30, and as always, there is no cover. So we encourage you guys to check them out. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make an appearance at that Marysville Music in the Park thing. I know they're good friends with the band Two Rivers as well. So if you want to make a doubleheader at Sopatai, after you go and see Deja Vu on Friday, you can turn around and see the Swank Masters. They're making their return. They normally play at places like the River's Edge, but they're going to get a little more intimate, and they're going to go to Sopatai. This might be a good night to also kind of do a little, not quite a pub crawl, but a music crawl. And you can see the Swank Masters. You can crawl over to the brewery, and you can see both bands playing. They're going to be performing as a four-piece. Paige is going to be playing the guitar that evening. Scott Garrett is going to be doing the drums, and all the other names and faces that you've known to grow and recognize are also going to be performing. If that's not enough fun, I'm starting to get tongue-tied with all these opportunities for a good time this weekend. Later that evening, from basically 8 until last call, a Facebook friend of ours is going to be having her 30th birthday celebration, and they're going to be partying at the New River's Edge. So whether you know them or not, they're going to have karaoke going on. They've got the pool. They've got all the arcade machines. They're going to have great drinks. So get on out there. And if you run into the birthday girl, buy her a drink. It's the respectful thing to do. And then this event came through my wire about a week ago, and I was really excited to see this come up. It's a 80s themed party. I was born in the late 80s, well, mid to late 80s, so I don't know if I'm biased, but I've always thought that theme was pretty fun and unique. But out at Happy Times in South Yuba City, they're going to be doing an 80s contest. They're going to have a costume contest, giving away prizes. They're also going to do karaoke with prizes as well, so if you have a favorite 80s song, get on out there, perform that hit, and see if you can win yourself some good prizes. They're going to have $3 Fireball shots, $5 Crown Royal shots. They're also going to have Jameson, Long Island Iced Tea, and Tequila Sunrise, all on special. The Sloppy Joes and the fries are on special for $5.99. If you don't want fries, they'll cut it down to $4. And then they've got a whole other menu that you can check out as well. So, get your costume ready, get your chops ready, and go see what you can win yourself out at Happy Times Bar and Grill in Yuba City. That pretty much wraps it up for the weekend. But if you still got a little bit of energy and you want to support something local, after you go to work on Monday, you want to see something unique, or maybe you've got an appetite, The Shack is going to be hosting a burger eating contest. And it's a pretty unique thing. You can check out more information on The Shack's Facebook page. But basically what it's going to be doing is it's going to start off just after 5:30. You're going to have an hour to eat, and it's whoever eats the most burgers within that time limit. You pay $20 to enter, and what that covers is your shirt and then all the burgers that you can eat. So you're going to have a shirt to commemorate, but unlike most eating contests, this one is a little less selfless. This one's more about the community. So it's open to the public. Anyone can come out and watch, whether they want to eat or just hang out. And basically what you're going to be able to do is, if you win this, you're going to give the money to the charity of your choice. So if you have something like the Boys and Girls Club, the American Red Cross, Salvation Army, Goodwill, maybe something a little closer like one of your churches or something that could use some money, you're going to come out there you eat a few hamburgers for a good cause, and you come and win some money for a good charity. So it is open to ages 18 and up only, just for liability reasons. And the burgers can be eaten in any manner. They're going to provide a water cup, and they've got some more rules that you can check out on their Facebook page. But that's going to be a really good time, and we hope that you guys will make it out. Also, I forgot to mention this one on Saturday, I almost slipped through the cracks, is if you are looking to get out of town just for the night, not quite a daycation, but you want to get up the road and experience something new, local boy Kevin Williams does karaoke at the Willow Glen every Friday and Saturday night. So look up the Willow Glen on Facebook, get their address, add Kevin, figure out how you're going to get yourself up there, and have a good time. It's actually a really big bar. I've only been once, but they've got a good menu, and there's a lot of space open for dancing and stuff. So it might be a good spot if you have like a celebration coming up, but you don't want it to quite be run over by all the locals. You can go up there and check that spot out. I feel like something was skipping. The 7 Mile House is also open on Saturdays, so check them out and see if they're doing anything. I didn't see anything on our calendar, but just because I don't spotlight it doesn't mean that it's not going on. It's good to always follow all these places and see what's going on. Also a shout out to our friends at Grumpy's. We don't get a lot of their events coming through because they do come up as private a lot of times, and I've been encouraging people when they play at Grumpy's to make sure that Facebook has a new thing now where the default is private. So make sure you're taking the time to click it and make it public, so that way you're not missing it. And then this shout out goes to all the local bars, all the local bands, and all the local patrons. Whatever you have, if you want it spotlighted, if you don't see it on our page and you don't hear it on our show, it's probably because we just don't know about it. We get a stack of paperwork from people that they see me in public and they give me, or they email it to me, or they jot it down on Facebook, but sometimes stuff does get lost. I try to sort it and keep it going real good, but I don't want anybody to feel like they're left out. So if you're not hearing your events or your promotions, maybe you've got a fundraiser coming up or something, send it out to us, because we're here. As I said at the beginning of the show, it's locals helping locals, and sometimes you got to help yourself. So shout it on over to us, and we would love to get it going to you tonight. One more event coming up on Wednesday the 17th is the piñata breaking for the North Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. They're welcoming the AAA insurance agency into their ranks. And, most companies, most chambers of commerce, I know like the Yuba City Chamber of Commerce, or Yuba Sutter, I should say, when they welcome, it's more formal. People come out and, they do a ribbon cutting. And that's fun too, and they have like usually an open bar and stuff. But this one's a little more special. It's a little more fun. And what they do is, instead of cutting a ribbon, they do a piñata breaking event. So they're going to be doing the piñata breaking event. It's, like I said, their version of a ribbon cutting. It's a super fun networking event. So if you wanted to ever get into that realm of like insurance and stuff, or you need insurance, these might be the guys for you. So go on out. That's going to be done on 1205 D Street in Marysville, California. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. That is our show for the week. We invite you to check us out on Facebook at yubasutterbars.com, Facebook.com/yubasutterbars. And as always, be kind to one another. Go Cavs.